here. I have been waiting for this all week long. This is the first ever episode of Total Chaos, all right? It's me, Allie Burns, going head-to-head with one of Picks and Parlays' newest handicappers, Kurt Alexander. We got money on this. We're old sports betting friends, and we're going to go through in a rapid-fire style and fire off our picks on the totals, the over-unders for every college football game remaining, and every NFL game on the card. So remember, if you like what you see here, please like, subscribe, share, ring the bell if you want notifications. That way you'll never ever miss one of our free picks or one of our episodes. So here to mediate this madness and keep things fair, I've got Nick Parsons from the Insiders Room. Nick, are you ready for this, man?
I'm here. I'm ready to be the referee here between you and Mr. Kurt Alexander. And so, yeah, I'm ready to get into this. This rapid fire format, I think, is just great. I think it really keeps the audience and the whole show moving along, and it fits the format for streaming. So I'm pumped. I can't wait to see what you guys do here, and I can't wait to see who wins.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to win. I mean, your money should be on me. I'm going to win.
I don't think so, Allie. I don't think so. Good morning, you guys. I actually just got in. Saturday mornings, I like to get up nice and early, put a little honey on my chin, walk in the woods looking for a bear fight. That's how I warmed up this morning, Allie. What'd you have, coffee?
Well, I had a big old glass of piss and vinegar, Kurt. That's what I had, all right? So I'm ready to rock and roll right now because I'm just full of it.
Do this.
Okay, you guys. Well, hey, listen. From Houston, Texas, we have Allie Burns. And in the other corner, we have Kurt Alexander. He's from Las Vegas. You guys, Allie, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I was born ready.
Nice. And Kurt, are you ready?
I was born to do this. Let's do this.
All right, you guys. All right. So we're going to get into this. This is a rapid fire format. We're going to look at some college football games today. We're going to do it in 4 rounds. And so just so everyone knows, these guys are putting up just a nominal amount, a wager every single week that we do this. And so it's just for $20, and we will keep track of these records. We will keep track of who wins and who loses. And so now we are going to get into this. Here we go. Rapid fire. The first one, you guys. UNC at Boston College. The total is 53. What are you feeling, Allie?
All right. I feel like both of these offenses are really solid. They're both undefeated. Tar Heels are ready to go. They've been postponed. Numbers tick down. I'm going over.
Nice. And Kurt, how do you see this one playing out?
I see it the exact opposite way. UNC's defense will get off the field. Boston College, no running game, 2.5 yards. That's not going to cut it. This game's going under that total.
All right, we have one under, one over. And the very first one, you guys are going opposite, but that's great. Now, Texas Tech and K-State, of course, both teams are coming, or Texas Tech, K-State is definitely coming off a win, and I'm just drawing a blank there. Texas Tech lost in overtime, but the total on this one is 63. And so, Kurt, we'll start with you on this one.
Okay, both balanced offenses attacks. We have 500 yards, both sides. Lots of offense. I like this game going over that 63. That number's too low.
I liked it at 63. Not so much when it was at 65, but now it came back down to my number that I wanted in the first place. I take it over also.
There we go.
Okay. And now we're coming to one of the highest totals on the board here that we're going to see today. 2 really high-scoring teams, Memphis and SMU. Memphis didn't play last week because of some COVID issues, and now they're ready to go. So let's start with you, Allie, on this one. What do you think, Memphis and SMU?
Well,
74.5.
I know quarterback Brady White had his 4 touchdown passes. I know they also gave up 24 points. I know SMU hasn't scored less than 31 points in their last 3 games, but it looks so obviously to the over. I'm taking it under. Under.
Okay.
No, Allie, no. let me read my notes. 54 to 48. That's all I wrote. 54 to 48.
That was last year's game.
That was last year's game. I want to know who was recruited in the last 12 months that is going to keep this total under. This game's going over. Don't be afraid of that 74.
I'm not afraid. Right. I'm a contrarian.
Well, here we go. Here's another team that was affected with COVID issues last week. That's USF. They're at Cincinnati. The Bearcats are 3-0 out of the gate. Let's start with with you, Kurt. How do you see this? The total is at 45.
And it's at 45 for a reason, Nick. Allie, this is a low-scoring game. This has low score written all over it. Two top 10 defenses. You can't really say that you see that on regular Saturday morning. So two top 10 scoring defenses. I say take this game under the total.
I'm with you here, Kurt. Since he will score, the Bulls are going to let them, but USF has a really hard time getting that ball into the end zone. I agree. I'm going to go under on this matchup.
There you go, Allie.
Nice. And now we're moving right along. We got another really big game here. Texas A&M at Alabama. Alabama is about a 17-point favorite, but the total here is set at 53.5. Allie, we'll start with you on this one. How do you see it playing out?
I feel like both of these defenses are really, really good. I've been waiting for that number to tick back up all week. It was down at 51.5, I think. Now we're back up to 53.5. I'm taking it under.
Okay. And Kurt, what do you think?
Allie, I can't side with you on that one. I think Alabama likes to start early. They want to score and score often. This is a big game for Mon. Mon, go ahead and control your. Let's put some points up against this rolling tide defense. I like the over in this game.
Okay, Alabama did take the foot off the gas last week in the second half there. But you guys are opposite on that one. But we're on to the final game of our first round here, and then we're going to take a break and we'll get caught up on a few things. But here, the Oklahoma State is at Kansas, and the total is at 54. Kurt, why don't you take it away on the start?
Okay, I don't like the offense for Oklahoma State. I don't know what's going on. Kansas has a decent enough defense, and they're not scoring any points either. It's going to be tough to see this game going over that total. I like the under.
I'm the same on this one. Kansas can't score anything. Their D is crap. Cowboys will put up a lot of points, but they're only averaging 21 points a game. So, yeah, I'm taking this game under as well.
So that is interesting in that we are through our first round. And now
wow, that was fast.
Yeah.
Rapid fire.
It's chaos, man. It's total chaos.
I like it.
Let's check in with our viewers. Do we have any hellos? Any how do you do's?
There's a few. There's more people sort of watching over here on Facebook, but I haven't been following along too closely, only because, I've been having to sort of read out our different games here in contests. But we do have a few people watching, and if you guys do have any other questions, any other games that we haven't covered here, if that's possible, please let us know. And these guys can definitely give an opinion on that.
All right.
So, were you ready to just go into the next round, Allie, or what do you think?
Round 2, fight.
All right. Okay, and so I just was gonna say on the ones that you agree upon, that'd be interesting just to keep track of those ones to see if, I don't know, perhaps they are stronger or something. That would be an interesting stat to look at for next week.
Well, I am a stat girl, so I will break down our records in an honest fashion.
Right.
And I'll figure out some stats on the two of us for next week when we go through this again.
Okay, well here
Kurt's going to be crying. It's going to be embarrassing. Kurt. You're going to be crying. You're going to get beat by a girl.
I think it's going to be pretty close, probably. But
where are you on this, Nick? I mean, you're hearing, us go back and forth. Do you have any opinion so far for the first round?
Like, who do you think's ahead in this? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. I'll have to see at the end of the round and look a little more closely. But you guys have each given some really good points on all of these ones, and I've agreed with the ones where you guys have also agreed. So I think that could be a good thing.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So we have a big segment here. This is a big college segment, and we're going to start with you, Kurt. Okay. And so here we go. It's Virginia Tech at Duke. The total is 54.5.
I like this game to go under that total. I think Duke just turns the ball over way too much for me, and that stalls drives the opponent a chance to score points. I just don't like the offense in Duke right now, and I'm going to take this game under, strictly from the turnover standpoint.
I'm going to agree with that. Tech is without 23 of their players. They're without 4 of their coaches. Duke turns that ball over all the time. Haven't managed to score more than 20 points in the last 3 games they played this season. I agree. Let's go under on this one.
Nice. There you guys go, under an agreement there. So we'll move on. We got Ole Miss at Kentucky. The total is 63. How do you see this one playing out, Allie?
Kurt's going to disagree with me. I already know, but I'm just following a trend. The under is hit 14-3 in the Wildcats' last 17 conference games. It's been 8-3 in the Rebels' last 11 conference game. If it ain't broke, I'm not trying to fix it. I'm going under.
I'm actually disagreeing with you, Allie.
Oh, I know.
You
and your SEC thing.
My SEC, yes. I spent some time in Georgia. I know the SEC, especially Kentucky. I followed them for years. This isn't the old Kentucky. This isn't the old SEC. That number's at 62 for a reason. I say take the over. Ole Miss, good offense, poor defense. I think these teams will find a way to get it over that 62 number.
Take the over unless you want to cash your ticket. Then take the under.
Well, we will find out here shortly. We're moving on to mid-majors here. Western Kentucky at Middle Tennessee. How do you see this one, Kurt? It's 52.5 is the total in this one.
Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee. I've followed Middle Tennessee for a couple years now. Kevin Byard, one of my favorite players from Middle Tennessee. I actually like this game to go under the total. I just feel like there's not enough numbers on these teams yet. They're just kind of getting started. So I'll take the under just because of what the numbers laid at.
See, I feel like both of these teams are winless. They're hungry for their first win. Granted, they don't have a super high average of points per game, but their defenses both stink on ice. And so I think they'll be able to get some scores. I'm going to be a little contrarian here and take this one over.
Okay.
All right.
And now we're moving on to Navy at Air Force. This is always a battle between these two teams. The total is set at 47. Allie, what do you think?
I love the service academies, but these two are not showing up how I usually like them to. Navy is 5-2 to the under when they play on grass. Air Force is 5-1 to the under when they play on grass. Navy is the water. Air Force is the sky. But when it's on ground, I think it's going to go under.
Okay.
Allie, I'm going to jump in the car with you on this one.
Let's go.
Haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything from Air Force, but what we've seen from Navy has just been inconsistency on offense. And if it wasn't for that big second half against Tulane, who knows where they would be. I like this game to go under as well.
All right.
Okay, that's 47. Now we see another high total here between Arkansas and Mississippi State. Kurt, do you have an opinion on this one, over or under here?
Yes, I think I'm just going to continue to take the over in SEC games.
Okay.
If they keep putting these high numbers up, I feel that they're putting these high numbers up for a reason. I am going to take this one over just strictly on the fact that it's the SEC.
Okay.
Well, I'm going the other way. I think this is an overreaction. Arkansas is not going to put up as many points as LSU did against. It was LSU, right? Yeah. As LSU did against Mike Leach and Mississippi State. I don't think Arkansas will be able to hold its end of the deal to push this over, so I'm going to take it under.
Okay.
We will agree to disagree on that one.
All right, fair enough.
Well, here we go with LSU and Vanderbilt. LSU, of course, looked out of sorts last week. So if this total is set at 50, how do you see this one playing out, Kurt?
Okay, I know what I just said about the SEC. This is the game I'm taking. Scratch everything I just said. They've just lost way too many players. It's you're starting from scratch. You're trying to teach these guys how to replace NFL starters. Yeah, I'm definitely taking this game under. It's just going to take a while to rebuild this program.
Yeah, I'm with it. Vandy is going to have to be like way more competitive than I think they're even capable of against this really ticked off LSU Tigers team. I agree. I think this goes under.
I agree with you guys there as well, for sure.
Nice.
There we go.
And so here's a low total. Here's a really low total on our next one here. It's Auburn at Georgia, and the total is 43.5. So, Allie, what do you think?
I feel like I am not super impressed with Auburn's quarterback, and I'm not even positive that like Georgia knows who their quarterback is. I'm going to go under this game. I know it's low, but I'm just going under. I'm doing it.
And what do you think, Kurt?
Now, Allie, I've said this over and over about the SEC. I'm definitely taking this game over. I've been reading what the Georgia players have been saying about this offense, and I'm really excited to see once it takes off. I'm thinking this is going to be the game. I'll take the over. That total is low enough just to get it over there. They don't have to score a bunch, just score enough to get it over the 43.5.
So if it's the SEC, as long as LSU isn't playing, we're going over.
That part, yeah.
It's just a blanket statement, yeah.
The SEC, take the over.
Okay. Well, we got two more games in this segment, and our next one is a really high total here. It's Tulsa at UCF. The total is 70. What do you think there, Kurt?
Oh, I love the over in this game. I think this is going to be a shootout. Exciting football. You know how sometimes you have some offenses that just could move the ball? It's like a rhythm, and they could just move the ball down the field. Well, that's what's going to happen in this game on both sides. It's just going to be a rhythm, dancing into the end zone. Take the over.
Nice. You know, when it opened at 67.5, when it got all the way up to 72, I was like, that's too many points. You got to go under. But now it's down to 70, and I like that to go over, actually. So
there you
I'm changing my pick from yesterday when we did our video to today because that line moved. So I'm going to take it over.
There you go.
I think UCF scores every one of them. every single one of the 70 points.
Every time they get the ball, it's just it's a rhythm. It's a dance. Dancing to the end zone.
Yep.
Nice. Well, Virginia and Clemson will be dancing, and that total is set at 55. Allie, this is potentially a big game there. Virginia has a bunch of starters returning this year. They play with revenge, but this total is at 55. How do you see this one playing out?
Well, like we talked about yesterday, Virginia returned 9 starters on their defense. Not to mention Clemson's defense is nothing to shake a stick at. I know they're a scoring defense, but I think Clemson is in a look-ahead spot for Miami next week. Starters are going to sit. I'm going to take it under.
And what do you think, Kurt?
Ali, I actually disagree with surprisingly. I think that the reason the starters are going to sit is because they're going to have such a big lead that there's no need to bring them back into the game. Stop the fight. I think this is a blowout game. Clemson might try to climb over that 55 by themselves and don't think that they can't do it. I love Trevor Lawrence. I love what they have going on offense. Their defense is tenacious. Look for turnovers. I like this game going over the total.
All right.
You guys, we have ripped through 2 big segments of our 4 here, and we're coming up to the NFL. But if we need to take a small break to review anything or talk about anything, can you think of anything, Allie? We have a couple of live cap shows coming up next week where possibly we could have on a guest capper, right?
Yes. Maybe Kurt could join us.
Maybe
the professor could come back again. But yeah, there's a ton of handicappers at Picks and Parlays, and it's always fun when we have another one on with us. So we'll try to set that up for the Wednesday show. And and yeah, we'll see how it works. And then of course every Friday we do Football Friday. It's just a ton of games, ton of free picks. So here we go.
Okay, well let's get into the NFL segment. And so you guys, how confident are you feeling about your picks right now? Who do you guys think's in the lead here?
I think Kurt probably is because he's way better at football than I am.
Okay, well, we will see. We will see, Allie. So, Allie, I'll come to you, though, first on this first one. Baltimore at Washington. The total's at 45.5. So, obviously, Baltimore is looking to bounce back after the loss to the Chiefs. Washington the odds are against it this year. So where do you see this one at 45.5? Are the Ravens going to run the score up, or do they lay the hammer down defensively?
I think the Ravens need to save some face after that Monday night game, and Lamar Jackson needs to step up and remind everybody why he's such a big deal. So I'm going to take this game over.
And what do you think, Kurt? Could have lost Kurt here for 1 second.
Uh-oh.
It does appear as if we could have dropped him off here for a second, which can happen during a live show.
It's how we roll. It's all good.
So, yeah, I see that he's got a very poor connection at the moment. And so I'll drop Kurt off for a second until he can come back here. So,
all right.
I don't know, Ali, do you want to keep going with the show and see if Oh, here he is. He's back. He is back. There he is.
Okay.
What's up, brother?
Hey, sorry about that.
No worries. That's okay. This type of stuff happens. You got to roll with the punches when you're doing a live stream.
Yeah.
So no big deal. No big deal at all.
All right, definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So listen, we were just talking about Baltimore and Washington there. Baltimore, of course, got embarrassed by the Chiefs. So do the Ravens come out here? Do they try to run up the score? Do they just try to control this game, not get any injuries, knowing that they can easily beat Washington? Ali, the total's 45.5. What do you think?
I went over on this one. I think Lamar Jackson's got to save face from that horrible loss on Monday night that Kurt and I did an in-play show to, and you got to watch me slowly lose my mind. But yeah, I think this goes over.
Okay, and Kurt, what do you reckon?
I'm on the same side as Ali. I'm taking the over in this game. I think Baltimore is actually going to come out and put some points up. And if Washington continues to let their quarterback just throw slants to the other team, then Baltimore will be able to put up the 45 by themselves, and we've seen them do it as well. I like this game to go over.
Wow. Okay. So it's a big bounce back game, obviously, for Lamar Jackson, you guys reckon. So now we're heading to Saints and Lions. The Saints in desperate need of a victory here to avoid going 1-3. The Lions are coming off a surprise victory on the road in Arizona. The total is 54. So this is pretty high. Ali, we'll start with you again on this one. What do you think?
I mean, I feel like Breeze has his back up against the wall. This is his time to shine. He's got to score a bunch of points, and he's playing against a team that he can definitely do it against. Stafford hasn't been horrible. They're coming off of a win. Now they're going home. So I'm thinking they're going to want back-to-back wins here. So I think it's going to be a shootout, and I'm going over here. I'm taking it over.
Nice. And Kurt?
It has been so hard to take games under in the NFL this year. I don't know if it's the defense taking time for the defense to gel, but I'm going to have to go over the total on this one as well. Michael Thomas is coming back. Yay, Drew Brees. Yes. Let's put some points on the board. You know, I read a stat that Drew has not won a game without Michael Thomas.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
That is incredible to me. So yeah, Michael Thomas coming back. That might do something for the line, Saints fans, but I definitely like this game to go over the total.
All right.
That's a very good point. I mean, he's arguably the best receiver in the NFL, and so that's huge for Saints right at this crucial time. Now, Kurt, we head over to the Chargers and Buccaneers. Tampa seems to have found its footing after the shaky loss in New Orleans to open the season. They have a running game. Their defense is decent. Tom Brady has looked decent so far, but now here come the Chargers to town. This total is quite low. It's 43. How do you see this one playing out, Kurt?
Actually, this is going to be a total that I will take under the 43. What I'm noticing about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is they'll put up some points, but there's not really a flow to their game. It's kind of choppy. They'll get a touchdown here, a field goal here. They'll put up a few points, and then they'll just have kind of dead air where it's just punting the ball back to the other side. Chargers play very well on defense. They have a rookie quarterback. I think they're going to ease him into it. I like this game to go under.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on this one. I think both of these defenses are totally legit, and people want to focus on the quarterbacks and how good they are, and that's true and all, but the defense is really what you need to be looking at in this matchup. And not to mention that the Chargers have to travel out east for an early game. So all things considered, I'm going to take it under.
Good call. Good call. We have another interesting matchup here, Ali, and I'll start with you on this one. It's the Colts, who have looked a lot better after they got upset there by Jacksonville, but they've looked really good over the last 2 games. The Bears, though, are 3-0. They've already made a switch to Nick Foles. So this total is even lower than the last one. This is at 42.5. What do you think?
I feel like Rivers is past his prime. I feel like he's inconsistent. I feel like there's turnovers. And I feel like both teams have decent defenses. So I'm going to take this one under also.
Okay. And what do you think, Kurt?
I'm going to jump in the car with you again on this one, Ali. I'm going to take this game under as well. I think the running game from Indy will actually control this game. Run the ball, run the clock, right? I see this game going under that total.
I like it. All beep, beep. All right. That's my car.
Okay, there you go. You drive a car, don't you? You drive a car, don't you? Yeah, Beetle.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, well, now we move along to the Cardinals and Panthers. The Cardinals are up and coming. The Panthers are a train wreck, but this total is at 52. What do you think, Kurt?
I'm actually going to take this game under as well. I don't see Carolina having enough on offense to stay in this game. I think DeAndre Hopkins should play for Arizona. If he plays, Arizona will be clicking and moving, especially after last week, but I don't think that Carolina is going to have enough offense to keep up with this game.
Right. And Ali, what do you reckon here?
I'm going over on this one, but honestly, in your analysis, you talked me into the under. But for the purpose of the game here, I'm going to stick with the over. I think that, the Panthers are coming off a road win. Now they're at home. Arizona's coming off their first loss of the season. So yeah, I like it to go over the total, especially if Hopkins plays. I like the Cardinals. I really do. Give them another year. They'll be good.
Well, this is the final game of our third segment. Then we have a short fourth segment, but this is a very interesting game. The Vikings and Texans, both teams desperate for a win here. What's going to happen, Kurt? The total is 53.5.
The only thing I ask is that I don't have to watch this game if I make this pick. Can I make that deal right now? I make the pick. I don't have to watch this game. Both these teams just they look confused. They don't have an identity. Deshaun Watson looks like he's lost his best friend or his best receiver. Kirk Cousins looks like he is who we thought he was. This is just a bad game with 2 bad teams. I like the over. I like the over. Bad teams. I think when you have 2 bad teams playing, nobody's going to be playing good defense. I think this game goes over that total.
I agree with that. I think both of these teams are winless. Both of the defenses need a lot of help. And the only way to win the game is going to be to score a bunch of points. And I don't think anyone's going to have a problem doing that with the kind of defenses we've seen thus far in the season. I love Deshaun. I agree. It's like his puppy died or something. It's Lamar Jackson looked that way on Monday night. Like, who killed your puppy, man? So I really hope he pulls it back together. I'm a Texans fan. So, here we go. Let's do this.
You guys are both on the under. Or you like the over. You guys both like the over. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, you guys, we have 6 more games to go because, of course, the Patriots and Chiefs has been postponed until Tuesday or something, possibly. I mean, that'll be interesting. Tuesday night football.
Night football, yes.
Yeah. I can handle it.
I mean, that's what 2020 is all about, is Tuesday night football these days.
Exactly. It's about Korean baseball and Tuesday night football. 2020.
Oh my God. I mean, there was a time in my life not too long ago that I was betting on Russian table tennis. So I don't care when you want to put American sports on, I'll watch them.
True enough. True enough. We only have to go back to those days about 4 months ago.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
But
that was not easy.
Here's an early game on Sunday, and it sees the Seahawks travel across the country to play at Miami. Of course, Russell Wilson, I believe, has 14 touchdowns to just the 1 interception. Mm-hmm. They're coming off the 37-30 home win over the Cowboys, where they held on for the victory right at the end there. But this total is set at 54. What do you think, Kurt? Does Miami is going to be able to keep up with Seattle here, or how do you see it playing out?
I actually see Seattle's defense allowing everybody to keep up with them. Fitzmagic, trust me, you'll get over 400 yards this week. This is what everybody does when they play the Seattle defense. Russell Wilson, pulls games out of his hat. Why? Because he's always coming from behind. I'd like this game to go over. I think Miami's going to be able to put up points. Fitzmagic, I like it. I like it over the total.
I agree. I think the Dolphins, they've looked pretty good this season, and they've had some extra rest. And Seattle's defense is a wet paper bag. I'm going over. Let's do it.
Now, Browns and Cowboys. I think this is another really interesting matchup. The Browns are coming off, they're 2-1 for the first time. So they're above 500, I think, for the first time in a decade. The Cowboys, of course, we just touched on them. They're coming off the high-scoring loss in Seattle. This is a sort of a high total, one of the highest totals that we've looked at here for the NFL, but it's set at 56. Allie, what do you think?
No, I'm going to take this one over. I think the Cowboys have a great offense. They're working it out. They move the ball for sure, but their defense is like Seattle's, like everyone's getting by you. The Browns have a really good shot here because they can kind of highlight some of those receivers that we haven't got to see in past weeks. And so, I'm taking this one over the 56.
And Kurt?
Allie, I'm jumping in the car with you again. Let's go for a ride on beep. Let's go for a ride on this over. What I've been noticing about the Browns, the team I usually like to fade, is that all of a sudden everything that looks good on paper is starting to look good on the field. Kareem Hunt looks good. Chubb looks good. The defense looks good. It's I can't think of his name right now, but the quarterback is throwing the ball to guys like Odell Beckham. Yes, that's who you want to throw the ball to on slants. I love this offense in Cleveland all of a sudden, and Dallas is going to allow you to do it. Dallas is going to let you score points. They're going to let you put up yards. I like this game to go over the 56 as well.
All right, beep. You guys agree on that one as well. It's going over. Now we see a train wreck of a team, the New York Giants. They're like a 14-point underdog here against the Rams. The total is 48. Kurt, why don't we start with you on this one?
Okay, now this one, I'm going to take the under in this game just because I don't have faith in the Giants' offense. I don't think that they're going to be able to put up any points against the Rams. The Rams will score, and the Rams will extend the lead, but the Rams will probably run the clock out. They're going to get a big enough lead. Giants are going to be playing from behind the entire game. They're not going to have the offense. They don't have the receivers. They don't have the running game. It's just not enough for them to help take this game over the total.
Totally agree. In the last 3 games that the Giants have played, they've scored a combined total of 38 points. I mean, there's plenty of teams that have scored that in one game. I'm not jumping into that boat right there. But the Rams, they're coming off that really close game with the Bills. They're out for blood right now. They feel like they should have won that game. I agree. I'm going to go under here. The Giants won't be able to get it done against this angry Rams team.
Now here, our next matchup is an interesting one. Because both of these teams have seen the total go over the total in each of their first 3 games. The Bills and Raiders collide in Las Vegas this weekend, and the total is set at 52.5. Allie, do these teams keep that trend going, or?
I think they do. Yeah, they're both 3-0 to the over. I think the Bills' defense is a bit overrated. I think the Raiders are hungry for another home win or just another win. I'm going to take this over the 52.5.
What do you think, Karen?
Okay, I'm actually going to disagree with you on this one, Allie. I think the Bills are going to catch the Vegas flu. This happens to a lot of teams that come to Vegas for the first time to play Vegas teams. It happened with the Knights. I think that you're going to have some NFL players that aren't going to be feeling too well on Sunday after late nights, early mornings here in Vegas. So I look for this game to actually go under the total.
Okay, well, you guys have been agreeing on a few recently in our last few games here. So there you go. You guys are disagreeing on that one. But we're going to move to another. But we're not touching this one. The Patriots and Chiefs, that one's off the board for us today. So we're going to move to an equally as interesting one. It's the Eagles and 49ers. The Eagles have had to deal with several injury issues. They just haven't looked the same. Their quarterback has struggled. And, of course, the 49ers are completely gutted on both sides of the ball, but they kept winning on the road. They've returned here. So Philadelphia is desperate for a win here. The total is 45. What do you think, Kurt?
I actually like this game to go under the total. I figure with all the injuries that the 49ers have, eventually it's going to catch up with them. This is a well-oiled machine, this 49er team. They just input players. Somebody goes out, next man up, and they continue to roll. The offense isn't going to be able to put up as many points as they would like, as they would need, but the defense will keep them in the game. This game's going to go under that total.
I agree. Eagles' offense is horrible. It's horrible. They're totally injured. I don't know how they move the ball in this game. The 49ers, all of the good offensive players are injured. So we'll see what those standing guys do. But yeah, I'm going to play this under also. There's like not enough first string people on that field.
So SportsGirl818 over on YouTube says, enjoying the show thus far, looking forward to viewing more. Yay. And so thanks a lot. Yeah, this is our first time doing this.
This is our first time.
Yeah. We really appreciate that. That's great. Let's do it, guys. Thanks for what you do. So she says at 72 we'll go under. Okay, yeah.
I know, he's talking crap to me. You talk your crap.
Oh, okay, yeah. We will be able to clarify any and all points, no matter what. And thanks for sticking with us here, you guys. And so we are coming down to our final analysis of the show. And this is the Monday night game where the Falcons, who just give up massive leads every single time they hit the field, they run up the score, and then they just completely disappear against Green Bay, who has arguably been the best team thus far in the early going. Kurt, we'll start with you. This is 56.5, over or under on this one?
Actually, when I did my numbers, the total should have been 75. The Falcons' defense is horrible. Teams are constantly coming back against this team. You're always in the game as long as Matt Ryan has the ball and he's going to throw it to your DB. I like this game to go over the total. I like what Green Bay is doing. Matt LaFleur, former Titans offensive coordinator, now running things in Green Bay, and they are clicking. They are moving the ball. They are dancing down the field and dancing into the end zone. I like this game to go over the total.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one. And it's one of those games I hate when it seems like it's so obviously going to go over, because that almost makes me want to take it under. But I can't deny what Aaron Rodgers is doing, and I can't deny how horrible Atlanta's defense is. So, I mean, you put those two things together, I think you're right. 70 should have been the number here, So, yeah, I'm going to take it over 56 and a hook. That's what I'm going to do.
All right.
You guys, I'm just so impressed by all of the information you guys gave out. You guys did a really unbelievably fantastic job. It was really succinct. It was really to the point, and it was super entertaining. And so I'm totally looking forward to next week. I can't wait to see the results. And to carry on this $20 wager you guys have, that'll be really fun to keep track of as well.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I won the last bet we made, Alexander. Lakers
Rockets.
Are
you gonna bring
Lakers Rockets? I won the last time we had money.
Okay, well, we will see these results, won't we, soon?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
I'll have them on a Wednesday show just to talk about it and brag about my win. And then we'll bring it up next Saturday for the Total Chaos show.
Now you bring it up now. I was over your house like 3 days ago. I heard nothing. Now I hear about it. I love it.
No, Kurt's way better at football than I am. Like, hands down, football's not my very, very best sport. I'm a college basketball and baseball girl. But hey, you handicap what you got, and this is what we got right now.
The games that are in front of you. You handicap the games that are put in front of you.
Exactly.
Good work, you guys. Great work. Great work.
All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, share it if you can, hit the bell for notifications. That way you'll never miss a Total Chaos show or one of our live cap shows. Check us out at Picks and Parlays on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and we look forward to the next one. Thank you so much to Nick Parsons for mediating that mess, and thanks to Kurt Alexander for coming on the show and going head-to-head with me and putting up with my garbage. All right, guys.
Thank you, Allie.
We'll see you soon, guys.
Take care. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.